Corinna, great to be online with you. Are you in the Northern Hemisphere? I am the
I,
South.
I am. You can tell by my lovely jumper.
And um, and Sarah, who is also part of our triad, and the three of us putting together this very exciting program that is being initiated as we step into 2026, and wanting to just share a little bit about it because there's a lot of movement individually, collectively. There's so much movement, and we're wanting to really at its very core connect and be able to bring ourselves into the place where we can express our full creations.
Absolutely. And this is recorded pre-Christmas, and I feel that the gifts that you want to have for yourself and to gift those gifts are actually always the best. And so these New Year's resolutions don't work. There's even studies done. And I feel what we've put together is a gift to ourselves, what we would have liked to experience, to really deliberately step into a new year. And that means closing what was. Because if you continue reading and rereading the old chapter, you cannot possibly start a new one. And so we created a 4 module experience for that to be experienced in its fullest. So with theory, but more than anything with practices that help you let go of what was and what could have been, and to fully step into your creation, to really, really feel deeply, not just think, but feel deeply, what is it that you would like to create in life? And from there, you take it forward. And it's quite incredible what can come through. And a lot of people speak about manifesting, but this is really next level manifesting, I feel, because it is totally soul aligned, and this is very dear to my heart.
And what has evolved or emerged out of this creation of from the three of us has been this recognition of the sacred spaciousness that is absolutely paramount in order to be able to tune in to your own creations and to be able to then ultimately express them. So what this container is offering is an incredibly held, supported space in which to exhale and to meet yourself through the process that we're guiding you through, and to be able to ultimately create a lot more spaciousness, so that you're able to become clear not only about your desires and wishes and what you want to create for 2026, those intentions, but more so the ability to see how you're going to action them and to arrive at the end of this program where you feel coherent from your mind to how you feel, and then very easily inflow that ability to action.
Absolutely. And I would like to describe sacred spaciousness as stillness combined with inspiration that can arise from this very place of stillness, presence, presence within. And I know that this is a term that came through for you, and I'm very excited about that because I feel that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where creation starts, conscious creation. And I feel, with this next year that in the Chinese calendar is dubbed the year of the fire horse, it's, as the name implies, a very powerful, unbridled, fiery energy. And so that I feel really supports creation, creativity. And you want to be with fire, you want to be very conscious. What are you really, what are you creating? What are you calling in?
Thank you, everybody. And I look forward to playing on the 11th. We begin on the 11th of January. and wonderful opportunity to sign up for the transition, shifting from 2025 to 2026.
Yeah.
Corinna, great to be with you online in the Northern Hemisphere as I sit here in the warm sun of the South.
Yeah, beautiful contrasts. And this is where we can jump right in. We have had a tremendously intense 2025. I think I'm speaking for most people. And in the Chinese calendar, it was the year of the wood serpent. And what do serpents do? They shed. So I feel like we have all been shedding layers of ourselves, either with disease, physical shedding, moving through that, or mental, emotional, which is also what I felt very intensely myself, to really review, habits, attachments, identities, and moving through those. And luckily, next year, 2026, is a very different energy. And it's, again, in the Chinese calendar, the year of the fire horse. And very different energy. It speaks for itself. And with fire, you've got to be conscious, you've got to be present, and also careful. And so we have created a program that helps you move with ease and grace and very consciously from the present 2025 into the new year at the beginning of next year. And Mandy, will you walk us through that?
So there are three of us in this sacred triangle that has been co-created, and what has emerged as we have really been deeply feeling into this container that's been formed is the call for sacred spaciousness. And so in order for you to move into your full creations, you have to become completely surrendered and free of that which no longer serves you. And this is a huge component to the program. And this is something that Sarah is going to guide us through. And very, very powerfully. So the program is going to be a combination of knowledge and experience, but ultimately to really deeply experience yourself. And then to be able to move into the composting of what you're wanting to create, to understand what is holding you back, what needs to be moved through, to be able to see yourself, see through all that is no longer part of the past as you start to move yourself into the creations of 2026. And as we spoke, Corinna, moving into ultimately your full creation energy, what you want to bring in is no longer serving us, or it certainly hasn't forever, is this idea of New Year's resolutions. But in fact, rather, we are choosing to step into our full evolution and really step into the power of ourselves, but in a place in which you are held and are able to move into ultimately this real sense of purpose with clarity and to be fully coherent from where your mind is, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and ultimately what you wish to action.
Beautiful. And I would like to add soul-led, because a lot of what we believe we want and is very mental and is very much driven by expectations that aren't even necessarily our own. They're societal expectations, parents, etc. And to really come to this place of stillness within, presence within, to hear the voice of your soul that guides you, that informs you, that inspires you. And with that inspiration, that's when creation really takes off, and when the fire horse can go unbridled. And there is so much energy there, which I feel is another theme that, has been quite challenging. People feel drained. There is so many expectations, so many to-dos. And I feel AI has accelerated this phenomenon. And what better opportunity to really start the new year with stillness and spaciousness and soul connection.
So the program begins on the 11th of January. It continues for 4 consecutive Sundays, 90 minutes. This is your sacred pause and sacred spaciousness that you are anchoring into your 2026. And this is going to be an opportunity to fully land for yourself into this new year.
Amazing. We'd love to see you there. What a year 2025 has been. We're looking to transition into a new year that's coming up. And this year in the Chinese calendar has been dubbed the wood serpent. And as serpents do, they shed. And I feel it's been a year where we have all shed in pretty intense ways. Some of us physically, with dis-ease or the likes. Some of us mentally, emotionally. It's been an intense year. And we feel that coming to a close, this is not good. Can we stop this? And what a year 2025 has been. A lot of us have been shedding, according to, in the Chinese calendar, the year of the wood serpent. So a lot of us have been shedding physically with dis-ease, battling that mental, emotional, spiritual. There has been, I think it's been a year of crises, we could say. And next year looks very different. It's in the Chinese calendar, the year of the fire horse. And as you feel, these archetypes are vastly different. And we are looking to transition consciously. And this is the invitation that we're coming to speak about. Mandy, do you want to share?
It's been a very guided process. And there are 3 of us, Corinna in the Northern Hemisphere, I in the South, and Sarah also in the North. And the 3 of us guiding this sacred container to bring us through this transition, the shifting from 2025 to 2026. And this program is a 4-part program starting on the 11th of January for 4 consecutive Sundays and 90 minutes. And this is your sacred pause. And our intention, which has become very, very clear, is to enhance sacred spaciousness. Because in order for us to transition, we do have to move through a process. And what often happens, well, for all of us, is there's just this constant rushing, this constant movement, and putting everything and everyone in front of us and not really picking up all the cues that are really ultimately what we are supposed to be focused on, which is our own creations, because that's when we're in our highest service. And so this journey that we wish to take you on is one where you will be guided very intentionally through a process, through a series of processes that will enable you to really become clear around what you wish to let go of and to have a complete shedding, that true deep letting go of what no longer serves you as you move into the new year, and then moving around towards your creations, and to ultimately get to that point of coherence where what you think, how you feel, and ultimately what you wish to birth and bring into the world through your actions is clear and coherent. And our intention is to come to the end of this program and be really excited, to be clear about what you want to create and to be clear about your actions. So it's this beautiful, the ability to be in your flow ultimately is when you are clear and aligned.
In flow and soul aligned. That is not answering to external expectations and validations, but really step into a space of stillness, of presence, and the ability to connect with the voice of your higher self, your soul, that has always been guiding you, but might have got lost in the noise and the agitation and the frenzy that has been accelerated through the advent of AI. And so, really, spaciousness, the sacred pause, stillness, and connecting with that clarity that comes from deep within is, I think, very precious. And we'd like to share this with you.
So we hope that you'll join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's part of what we want to bring in. With all the intensities and the pressures of life, this is a space that is intended to expand your field, to bring you into alignment and clarity of the year ahead, particularly in and around where the long past New Year's resolutions become your evolution.
Oh,